What's up, y'all? It's your boy. We are back in the bro cave. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Check it. So I wanted to talk about this chapter that came out. There's no chapter this week, so I'm giving y'all this review portion today. And I think we really need to talk about it because a lot of important things happen. But before we get to that, smash that like button if you like the video. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that notification bell. Definitely comment down below, okay? If you comment on the video, you're gonna be shout out in the next one, all right? All right, so let's get into it. But first, I need to say this. Kaido is one of the best villains in One Piece. Maybe, not even maybe, he's the best villain in One Piece and in shonen manga in general. He needs to be up there with the Sensuis, with the Yukihoras, the Kid Buu, all that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because since his introduction, I forgot what chapter, and I'm not gonna go back and look into it because I'm too lazy for that. Since his first introduction, when he met the new generation, it was Hawks, Apu, and Kid, if I'm not mistaken. He was hyped as the strongest creature. Okay? Understand that. And ever since he was introduced, he has not been disappointing whatsoever. Okay? Let me explain something to you. This man, this myth, this legend, this creature has fought a total of 15 people, if I'm not mistaken. The Samurai 9, Kinemon, all of them. The new generation consisting of Luffy, Zoro, Law, Killer, and Kid. And not only that, Yamato as well. So that, yeah. So that's about, I think that's 15. If I'm not mistaken. But even yet so, he demolished all of them. All of them. And not only that, beat Luffy's butt a total of 4 times, which is unheard of, okay? He's lost, yes, Luffy has lost his fights a lot more than he wins. That's how he usually does it. And that's how it should, because he's fighting against people that's been in the game for years. You know what I mean? So, yes, that makes sense. However, this is like the worst fight he's ever had. The worst. Because he literally has been knocked out. Actually, no, I take that back. He's been, ever since he got to Wano, he's been knocked out a total of 3 times and died 1 time. That's wild. Okay? Very, very, very wild. Even in Gear 5, Kaido was still dominating Luffy. Even with his Toon godlike powers, he's still dominating. And I love that. And he's doing all of that while he's holding Oshinigami. And he's on his last legs. That man is he's the best villain ever. He's one of the best. You gotta be up there with the Izens, the Juhabaks, the Sensuis, all of them. He need to be up there. Seriously. On a real tip, this is one of the very few instances where an author has hyped up a villain to this magnitude and has actually succeeded in being worthy of that hype. Because more often than not, when you get a villain like this that's hyped up, they usually have a trash ending. You know what I mean? But I really like Kaido. Kaido is literally one of my favorite characters and one of my favorite villains in One Piece. Period. So let's get to the chapter. So this was mostly a battle / gearing up everything ready for the end of Act 3. So we're going back to the Luffy and Kaido fight, okay? Luffy is still struggling in Gear 5, like I said earlier, okay? But Kaido says something very important during that ass whoop, okay? Kaido says, and I quote, "In the end, a powerful devil fruit is not enough to conquer the seas. You will need a strong haki for that too." Now, some of the fandom, not everybody, a couple of them, some of them, seems to think that Kaido was saying that you need haki alone to do what Roger did, to conquer the seas. And I don't think that's what Kaido meant. I think he meant that that having a strong devil fruit doesn't mean everything. It don't. Because we've seen it. It don't mean nothing. If you have a strong haki, you can conquer the seas. You can do it. Because Roger did it. You know? And with Kaido saying that gives a lot more credence to everybody else that does not have a devil fruit that has been rocking in this world. The Shanks, the Garps, the Rayleighs, the Zoros, the Sanjis, etc. But anyway, doesn't matter. So he's imparting this to Luffy, and I feel like Luffy is going to take this to heart going forward. Because we've seen Luffy use haki and his devil fruit as well together. So I think maybe at this point going forward, Luffy may just use more haki based attacks and less of like his Gear 4 and all that. I think that's what might happen. I'm not sure, but I feel like I feel like Kaido saying this means something. And also, I just want to also add that I really like how Luffy has all of these Tune 5 powers with Gear 5, and he is still getting rocked by that. I mean, Kaido. Like, Kaido is literally the Thanos of the One Piece world. He is. Like, it's insane. We also got introduced to his new attack. I think it's called Death Destroyer Thunder Bagura. And I love that there's different variations to his Thunder Bagura attacks. And it seems like each one is stronger than the last, which is really dope because Luffy he's done all of these attacks to Luffy, and it's just like, wow. And it still has an effect because Luffy gets knocked out. Usually, every time he gets a Thunder Bagura, he gets knocked out. And he keeps getting caught by the same attack, which is wild, okay? If I was playing Tekken right now, I'd be upset. And if I was Luffy, I'd be upset. Very upset, because you keep getting me with the same type of different fucking move. Like, come on. But I think it's also important to note that Gear 5 does have weaknesses, which I like. I like that it's busted, but it ain't busted to where you can't get over on Luffy. For example, since he's rubber, he's still able. The fruit of itself is rubber, so he's still able to be affected by blades and such and such. Like like it's been told throughout the years. And Kaido says this. He said, "Yo, I see you still affected by blades," and then he does his blades attack. You know what I mean? Cutting up Luffy like crazy, bleeding everywhere. And then we also know that he can't maintain that form for very long, for too long, because having that form for too long could result in his death, supposedly. You know, as we saw him dried up, like looking like a dried up fruit a couple of chapters ago. You know, when he came out of the mode, when he came out of Gear 5. And then we get Luffy's attack, his very big fist attack, Giganto attack, which looks like it's gonna be pretty wild because I don't think Kaido's gonna make it out of that one, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. The size of that fist, I don't know what Kaido's gonna have to do. I don't know if he's gonna go to his regular form, to his hybrid form, and kind of like run along his fist and hit Luffy. I can see him doing that. Other than that, He gonna get hit by that, and because that's as big as Oshinigama, and I don't think he gonna make that. I think he's gonna get knocked out right now. Next chapter. I don't even think he's gonna live. That attack looks like it's gonna be fatal for him. So we don't know. We'll find out. I also wanted to bring this up too. I believe Momo's gonna have his big moment. And this has been leading up from his first introduction to us, and I think Punk Hazard to now. And even in the earlier chapter, even early in the chapter, you can see like, the flashbacks of Odin Castle burning, and you see his mom and sending him away and all of that. I think people forget that he's a kid. I believe people feel like Momonosuke is like too whiny and he's annoying and all of that. But again, he's only like 10. And he had to see both his mother and his father die. You know what I mean? He had to take on this big burden of being a king, going in his father's footsteps, being Odin, basically. That's not something that he wanted to do. I mean, I guess he would want it eventually, but that's not something he wanted to do right then and there. He's scared. And that's how he should be. He should be scared. He's a kid. And got thrusted with all this responsibility. It's like, not every kid would be like, yeah, let's get it. I'm my father's son, let's get it. Not every kid is like that. Not every kid wants to be their parent. Not every kid wants to do that. Okay? They want to be their own man or their own person. And unfortunately, in this dire situation, Momo has some big shoes to fill. And that's why I feel like him moving Oshinigama is going to be a very big moment for his character. Okay? Not only just for him, for everybody else, It's gonna progress him as a character. It's gonna make him into that, yeah, this is me, I am the king, I'm going to take this role for my dad. And that's gonna be a big feat for him too, because for him to move Oshinigama with little to no time really using his devil fruit like that, really using his dragon form like that, that's a big feat for him, And I'm gonna love that. And I really love that Luffy has such high hopes and have so much faith in him. He's telling him like, listen, I gotta hit this fist, and I'm more than likely I'm gonna hit on Ishigama. So you need to move it. You need to move it right now, or I'm gonna hit that damn island. And if everybody dies, so be it. But he has that much faith in Momo, which we've seen from Punk Hazard to now. And that's what Luffy's been trying to kind of push him to do. Like, yo, you're the king. You're the man. Be a man. And this is what it consists of, And it's beautiful. I love it. It's a little reckless for Luffy. I ain't gonna hold you. But it's beautiful, nonetheless. Alright, so let's get into the rating. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this chapter. I really enjoyed that Luffy is still getting dominated by Kaido. Kaido is still... This just cemented for me that he's the best villain of all time in One Piece and maybe in shonen manga as well. I like that Momo's moment is coming now. The author didn't, Oda didn't forget about Momo, and I think he's been setting everything up for this moment with Luffy and Momonosuke at the same time, because they're both working together. And we're about to get to the end of Act 3. We saw Orochi coming at Momonosuke's older sister. I think he's on his last legs too. I think that's his last dragon head, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but that's gonna end soon. And all the soldiers, they were like, yo, I'm ready to die, bro. Like, whatever happens, happens. As long as my family is safe, we good. So yeah, so like I said, I really like this chapter, and we gonna see next chapter. That's all we can do, I want to really see how this is gonna finish. Again, I don't see Kaido getting out of this that Giganto Fist. I really don't. If he does, it's gonna be like very, very, very. I'm gonna be very shocked, but still. Alright, y'all, so that was my my review of the chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash on the like button if you did. Please smash on the subscribe button as well. Smash on that notification bell as well. And comment down below. What do you guys think about the chapter? What do you guys think about Kaido and what I said about him being the best villain of all time in One Piece and in Shonen manga? Let me know.